This is not 2014. Nigga, time is up. This generation about to get the fuck out of here. Ant knocking niggas out. Shea knocking niggas out. It's done. These old niggas running out of time. 7 game 7s for James Harden. 19 points, 8 assists, 35% from the field, 23% from behind the arc. So when we're talking about Harden postseason play, what he looks like, how he performs, we're not talking about game 1, game 3 or 4. We're not talking about these moments where y'all get to sit here and inflate his true shooting because a nigga gets to the free throw line. No. We are talking about moments when they need him the most. Your team is down 2-1. How do you respond? Your team needs to close a game out, close a series out. How do you respond? Fourth quarter, late game situations. How do you respond? And this is what we're looking at right now. It's a reoccurring theme throughout his career. Now, furthermore, this is the one thing that I must admit, chat, I cannot wait to see. And I mean this wholeheartedly. I cannot wait to see Monday how everyone in the community is going to show an organization that has not yet been able to win a championship nor make the finals, despite the fact that they threw out all this money at this team. Because I know that's what they do for the Lakers. I know that's what they do for the Warriors. I know that's what they're doing for Philly with Joel Embiid. I know that. I know that's what they've been doing with all those other teams. But yet the man in which you all called Michael Jordan when him and Paul George got together. The man in which many of you all keep saying is better than Kobe Bryant. Oh. All I heard was he just needs to be healthy. He just needs to be available. He just has to play. That's it. And I bought into it as well. I can't even hold you. After game 1, I was like, oh, shit. Ooh, it's going to look spooky. It's going to look scary. So you're telling me you sat this man out for half of the season. You're planning to not give him no playing time on back-to-backs. You built your entire identity in terms of your personnel, the workload, how everything's going to go around a man who can't play. And then when he did play for you, because the whole thing was he just needs to be healthy and available. We're one healthy Kawhi run away for going to the finals. That's what you told me. He's healthy now. You still can't do it. Speaking of which, we have to go into deep discussion about what Kawhi did. Again, Kawhi heading into this series, heading into tonight. 25 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, 54% from the field, 39% from behind the arc. Amazing, sensational, spectacular, stupendous. Oh my goodness. Had a 2-1 lead. You know what he does? He blows it again. To the same team he blew it to last time he was fully healthy for a whole postseason run in the Denver Nuggets. Tonight, in a must-win situation, you give me 22 points, not enough. 5 rebounds, 2 assists, not enough. 46% from the field. No, if that was Kobe, that would be a problem. No, if that was Curry, that would be a problem. No, if that was KD, that would be a problem. See, this is how I know for a fact these people are not in the same convos. I'm seeing it right now when it comes to Tatum. I saw Paul Pierce talking about Jason Tatum. If he continues to go down this path, he's the next Kevin Durant. Well, when you all start holding everybody to the same standard that you held KD, Curry, and LeBron to, then we'll start talking. But until then, mom's the word. Mom's the word. Mom's the word. Because y'all don't even sit here and hold them to the same standard, bro. Kawhi, yet again, really great for most of the season. Series. Game 7, no, it's not enough. You get blown out. Blown out. Nuggets do finally beat a 50-win team. But I already told you I don't really that shit was silly to me. The whole Nuggets never beat a 50-win. That shit was all silly because they technically beat one in 2020 when they beat this same team. But I can't wait. I cannot wait on Monday when everybody gets to tell me Michael Jordan reincarnated why he didn't win them this series. There's no layers. Oh, no layers. Running laps on Kawhi after three knee surgeries. Low knows so much ball, elite ball knower. Well, you also knew he had 3 knee surgeries, but you couldn't wait. You knew that he had 3 knee surgeries, and you still was on your knees for him. Not my fault. That's you. Here's the problem. You niggas can't sit here and set the parameters before we get to this point. The expectations get set somewhere else, and you niggas can't wait to push it up even higher. Give a fuck about Kawhi and how he performs at this stage of his career, but you do, because you still know. Nobody said winning a chip either. No one said it either. Because I think we all know at this point, nobody beating OKC. That's what I'm really gathering right now. OKC is certainly about a step ahead in the West. A step ahead of everybody else in the West. But you definitely thought they were going to get out of the first round. You did all of that. You conceded positioning because you sat out Kawhi. So the question really does stand. The question stands. How valuable can Kawhi be if he can only play? Because this is genuinely speaking the best case scenario. Kawhi played 37 games, literally less than half of the regular season. 37 games. Didn't come back until January 4th. Didn't start consistently playing like Kawhi until February 12th, really post All-Star break. And even then, he didn't play in back-to-back games. So the question stands is, how valuable can Kawhi literally be to a team if he's not available to play games? To put the team in position for proper seeding to avoid other teams such as the Denver Nuggets, such as a Warriors team, the Houston Rockets, teams that can actually compete against them. Because it seems as if like you niggas still need to go up against a Memphis Grizzlies to get past the first round. But I can't wait. I cannot wait. And also to follow up with the whole 3 knee surgery thing. The one thing I did not say in my video that I need to reiterate, and I say this to everybody, even as me with LeBron on my team. Time is about up, niggas. I don't know. Hey, this is not 2012. This is not 2014. Nigga, time is up. Okay? This generation about to get the fuck out of here. Ant knocking niggas out. Shay knocking niggas out. That nigga Wemby, they about to put a team around him. It's done. These old niggas running out of time. They're running out of time. So when you sit there and say, yes, Tatum is also knocking niggas out. Yes. Okay, let's. Luka.
But you ain't bring up the Rockets.
Draymond knocking people out.
The Rockets, because even if the Rockets don't win tomorrow, they clearly can compete with old niggas. See, the little niggas, they not afraid of the big homie no more, bro. It's done. They look at the big homie, they see the nigga old and washed, they punking him. And I'm gonna be honest with you, these new ones, they different. They different. There's a couple of these are different niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like, these not the same. No disrespect. No disrespect. No disrespect, but what I'm about to say next, but I do want it to be known. This ain't John Wall to LeBron. This ain't DeMar DeRozan to LeBron. It's not. These niggas something else, okay?
One more time, Lo.
They something else. And that's a different nigga, dog. Okay, I'm gonna keep it a bean. I done seen a couple of them in my life. He a different one. Wemby, I ain't never seen a nigga like that. I'm gonna be honest with you. These new niggas, they don't really care. They don't care. They see that you've been here. They appreciate you. It's all Luka. I knew Luka was different when he was putting belt to ass, walked up to niggas and bent over and start smiling at them. They're different.
Ask Kawhi.
They're different. It ain't John Wall. It ain't PG. It ain't DeMar DeRozan. It ain't Darren Williams. It's different type of niggas, all right? I just want y'all niggas to know. They different. They not gonna sit here and wait for niggas to be done with their career. They not. They not gonna sit here and wait for y'all to figure it. No. They come in here and they taking what's theirs because they deem it necessary to. And so when you sit here and say, oh, Kawhi, you just give it another, no. You're running out of time, bro. You are running out of time. This year and next, that's it. Unless you got one of these new niggas on your team, it's done. It's done. It's over. Ant is literally beating his chest in front of KD and LeBron. That, he don't care, bro. He does not care. He genuinely don't give a fuck. He don't. I love it. Oh, I love it. But he don't give a fuck at all. He just don't care. He don't care.
And he's only 23.
23, beating his chest in front of LeBron and KD. He don't give a fuck, bro. Luka was what, 23, 24 when he did that shit to D Book and Chris Paul? He don't give a fuck either. It's not Blake Griffin, my nigga. Just letting you niggas know. It's not David West. It's not them type of niggas. They different. You telling me to stop it, I'm telling you. It's not Brandon Ingram. It's not them, bro. They different. It's not Gordon Hayward. No. No. It's not LaMarcus Aldridge.
Yeah.
I fuck with these niggas. No disrespect to them. They coming for theirs. So you sit here and you believe that you got more time. You don't. It was this year and next. And after that, all these new niggas going to be on teams that will be able to compete. It's certainly not Kemba Walker. No.
Gasol.
It's not Marc Gasol. No. These are all all-stars, all NBA caliber players. Not them. Nope. It's not Mike Conley in his prime. Not Rudy Gay. Nope. It's not none of them niggas. These are new niggas. They different. They don't give a fuck about what LeBron done in his career. They don't give a fuck about what KD's done. They don't give a fuck about what Curry. Matter of fact, let me take that back. They care about it, and they literally drool at the opportunity to put belt to ass to those type of niggas. Because they really want to see, is you really like that? I don't think so. Especially now. So I want to see it. It's not DeMar. It's not Kyle Lowry. No. Ant wants it. Wemby wants it. A couple of them defensive niggas out in Houston, they want it. Okay? They want the smoke. Them men, that nigga want it. Asar, them niggas want it. Cade, Pop, them niggas want it. I'm gonna let y'all niggas know. Them niggas want it. They want it. So, if you ain't gonna have it figured out in this year next, if you ain't got a nigga that's like 27, 28 or younger, you gotta figure something else out, dog. You know what I'm saying? And so, for you all to sit here and build up to where you at right now, if you are the Clippers, I genuinely have to ask. What the fuck is going on? Oh, let me. And as much as it ain't Zion, nor is it John Morant. It ain't one of them two niggas either. Because them niggas was really close to what I thought they were supposed to be. And in the same time, I saw Ant go from where he was at 3 years ago to where he's at now. And now remember, them niggas not it either. They're not. They're just not. They're not. See, y'all still waiting on Zion. I'm telling you right now, Ant's not waiting on that nigga. He's
Wait,
not.
this year 7? This year is
He's not. He's not. Y'all still waiting on LaMelo. I hope LaMelo needs to have a healthy year. But everybody else, they not waiting on that nigga. Hey, Embiid, they not waiting on that nigga either. We're about to go. We're about to go. We're moving on.
All right.
Niggas is moving on. It's not De'Aaron Fox. It's not DeMontis Sabonis.
Brunson?
I done seen this before. Chat, it's not Zach LaVine. When I was Pods is crazy. When I was growing up, it was Darren Williams. And then Darren Williams stood next to Kobe and you were like, not the same. Not really the same. It's not really the same. I was growing up and you would be like, ooh, Michael Redd. Ooh, stand next to LeBron, not the same. See, when LeBron and Wade and them came in, them niggas in the early 2000s, Vince, T-Mac, they needed to figure it out quick. They needed to figure it out real fucking quick because they were in the East with him. And there's a reason why. After a while, Paul Pierce needed to figure it out, so he had to figure it out with other niggas because you weren't them niggas. You was a nigga, but you weren't one of them niggas. Donovan Mitchell, we gonna figure out who he is. And this, when they go up against Boston, that's when I'm gonna figure out who he is. Cause I'll be honest with you, I think D.
He played good last year.
Yeah, no, D. Mitch, he has a lot of moments where I'm like,
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
oh, but again, all joking aside, I cannot wait for Monday morning because y'all been really running up the Laker propaganda for the past couple of days. I done heard everything from LeBron retiring, maybe Nico was right, like all that shit that y'all was saying. I would love to see what y'all have to say about an organization that has been throwing money at a roster since 2020. Since 2020. And has not yet won a championship, made the finals. 5-6 years now. This team has been trying to piece it together and figure it out. And the last little hope that we've been waiting for is, we're going to sit Kawhi out for half of a season. More than half. And he's going to be healthy for the playoffs because that's all we need. We need a healthy Kawhi Leonard. And yet, you still got knocked out in the first round. And I actually believe that this is probably, if I'm not mistaken, please let me know. I believe this is the best iteration of the Clippers since 2020. While also, this is the worst version of the Nuggets since 2020.
2022.
Obviously, when they're healthy, because both Jamal and MPJ missed time. And so y'all still lost to them. You still lost. This is I personally believe from a roster construction standpoint, and obviously everyone being healthy. Kawhi played, James Harden played, Big Zoo played, Norman played, Derrick Jones Jr. Everybody played all 7 games. You played all 7 games, and you still lost to the Nuggets. MPJ barely been able to lift up one arm. Bench is just completely ran through outside of Russ and some young guys, and you still couldn't win? That's interesting. So I can't wait. I cannot wait to see how, everybody get that shit off like, oh, the coaching is bad. Oh, JJ Redick, he bad. Oh, I wonder what you had to say about Ty Lue, because I've heard some Clipper fans not be as high on Ty Lue as they normally are. I cannot wait to hear what you all got to say about Michael Jordan reincarnated. I cannot wait to hear what you all got to say about James Harden and the things that he's done this year, which overall I think he's been great. But goddamn, James, I ain't gonna lie, it makes it so hard to defend Harden. He'll sit here and do so many really good things, and then when they need you the most, bro, you never fucking, like, my goodness, bro. Never. You never do it. I'm so flabbergasted on how often James Harden continues to do this. When they need you the most, this is what you do. It's almost every single time. Matter of fact, I'm gonna actually go look that up. I'm gonna look up.
Look what he did against the Celtics. I just want you to go look at that.
I just want to look up like James Harden in
23.
Game 7.
Yeah, just take a look.
Oh,
Just take a look.
that was crazy.
Please, just look. Just look.
Because James Harden does this. He does this like pretty often, actually.
Matt, you're disgusting.
What did man say?
Look at his profile picture.
I thought you saw his profile picture.
That too. Kawhi ain't never opened his mouth to say anything. Now all of a sudden, this nigga's a marketing genius when he touched down in L.A. All right, nigga, you got it, dog. King of L.A. can't get past the first round. You always hurt, but you the king of L.A. You got it, my dog. You got it, G. No, you got it. You got it. So funny. That's the same. Be very mindful, chat. Be very, very mindful. That's the same shit that they try to criticize LeBron for. I want y'all to imagine if when LeBron touched down in L.A., year one, hadn't won a single... Think about this for a second. They criticized LeBron when he touched down in Miami, had the celebration, talking about how he gonna win and he the king, all that shit. Kawhi touched down in LA, picked this co-star that he wanted to run with as well. Went on and on about, not on and on, but for the first time in his career, got in front of a camera and started doing advertisements, King of LA, all that. He crowned himself the king. So if you all really care about that type of shit, which as a sidebar, I know you don't fucking care about it, but if you really care, then let me know. Look at Mookie. You got a nigga like Mookie bending over on his knees, preparing for nights like these, hoping and praying that Kawhi actually shows up. Because that's another nigga who been on propaganda for 5 years now. 5! Just wait till he's healthy. Just wait till he's healthy. Just wait. Just wait till he's healthy. He's healthy, you still lose in the first round. That's interesting to me. It's interesting. I give it one more year. You all got one more year to figure that out. Because I'm so serious when I say this, not even joking, chat. I don't know. And a lot of these other players, man, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen, bro. I genuinely don't know.
Mookie's
oh, my
requested.
God.
Yeah, Mookie's requested up.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, y'all can't even see this. This is James Harden in Game 7s. Whoa.
But I got called a hater.
I don't think I need to see this. Hold on, chat.
This should be censored low.
Yeah, we might not.
Wait, what the fuck is this?
I'm about to just knock out some of these unnecessary.
Oh, you can. I didn't even know you could do this.
I got a hater.
Yeah, we can knock that out. We just need the assists, the rebounds. I don't really need to see the fouls.
Yes, you do.
I don't need to see. Oh, one of them he had 5 fouls. Yeah, you're right. I don't need to see the game score and the box plus minus. I don't need the position. I don't need to see none of that. That's all you can see. I'm gonna be honest with y'all.
Is that little baby?
I'm gonna be honest with y'all, chat. This man Harden has not shot. Harden has not shot
all dates, by the way. All dates.
Yeah, Harden has not shot above 45% from the field in a Game 7 since 2011. He is now, 3-4 in Game 7s? Tough. As a starter, 7 for 20 against the Clippers. Okay, you're 25. You still figure out. I'll give you a pass there. I actually think in this game he was actually pretty solid against the Warriors. I think this is by far his best game.
Yeah.
I think it was.
No, nobody could hit a shot.
2 for 13. Ugh.
But this game.
4 for 15 against OKC. 1 for 9 from 3. Oh my god.
They got the win.
The Brooklyn game, I'll give him some bail because he was
Yeah,
like,
he was dealing with the hamstring injury.
he wasn't even. he
Look at
wasn't
that
even
Boston
running.
game. Just look.
Against the Boston Celtics in 2023,
Boston
3
was
for 11, 1 for 5,
Look at the
9
turnovers.
points, 5 turnovers. Ooh boy, 7 assists, 2 steals with a block, and they end up losing big. And then tonight, in this game 7, 2 for 8. My goodness, boy.
13 assists.
13 assists, but only 7 points in a must-win situation? James Harden left ball arena without speaking to the media.
No one want to hear that loser ass nigga.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
Damn, man. Low points, high assists. Terrible game. Fuck.
Wait,
No way
Ty
you're
Lue-
caping for this nigga.
No
real
way
talk.
Ty Lue said that.
What'd he say?
He said, I haven't thought about the off season. To be honest, I thought about OKC.
That makes sense, though. That makes sense.
I mean, so that's fair.
That's what he supposed to do. He's supposed to think about the team.
Oh, you think about the team that you're
No,
playing.
he's supposed to
right
think
now.
about, like, Kawhi.
The team that you're playing right now. I mean, they felt confident if they thought they were going to beat them.
That
You know what I'm
Shea
saying?
trade just looks worse and worse and worse.
Yeah, and
worse.
that's another thing. Hey, I'm so serious. Actually, and y'all think I'm joking, but in all seriousness,
No, thanks.
why I don't understand why. It's, at least from a mainstream media standpoint, I don't understand why, from a mainstream media standpoint, they do not get criticized more from an organizational standpoint. Like, why doesn't mainstream media criticize the Clippers as much as they do everyone else? That team leveraged so much capital that it actually turned another franchise into a fucking
team.
juggernaut. A juggernaut. A fucking they traded away so much capital that it turned another organization into a juggernaut before they could even win anything. How's that possible? What is probably going to go down as, because I still think this is the worst trade of all time, bro. I think this is worse than Luka. They traded PG, even if you want to say, and Kawhi, for Shea and all those draft picks, one of which turned out to be J-Dub.
Mind you, Shea played good in the playoffs that year too.
Bro.
Well, one of them turned out to be J-Dub, one of them turned to Trey Mann, and one of them turned into Jaime Jaquez.
Yes. If they go on to win a championship before, if they win a championship before they do, if they make the finals before they do, you had a 5-year head start and niggas still caught up to you? That's why I said these new niggas, they don't care, bro. They don't care. They gonna figure it out sooner than later. The way that they move, it's on a different pace. Shay's a different one. Shay different. So I just can't wait to see. We're going to be talking about it for another day or two, but I can't wait to see what they got to say because, bro, there's just absolutely positively no way that this is an organization that put themselves in probably the best situation imaginable. This is the best case scenario, and they still got knocked out in the first round. So I have no idea what you do next because the truth of the matter is they don't really have that much flexibility to do anything next. They don't have that much imagination and flexibility to piece something together. And Ballmer and them have already concluded that they're not trying to spend that much money because that's why they allowed Paul George to go anyway. And come to find out that actually probably was the best thing for them to do. But next year, they're going down in salary. They're going up in salary, while Nick Batum has a player option. And they still have to pay next year's when Zubac's new contract kicks in. It will be interesting to see, dog. Will be interesting to see. I actually have no idea what the Clippers do next. Like the more I think about it, the more I'm like, what did they do? Like this. But running it back, running. But think about that, bro. They ran it. But they ran it back. That's crazy. They ran it back and still lost to a team that has regressed over the past 2-3 years with the Nuggets without a head coach and a bench that is horrible. Again, this is the worst iteration of the Nuggets in years, at least when everyone is healthy, and they still lost. Like, and I get it was close. Don't get me wrong, it's close. The problem with the Clippers is that even if they won today, they were still going to lose against the Thunder. But for
Almost
you to
don't count.
Okay. Yeah, but even if they would have won today, they still would have lost to the Thunder, which I guess is more. It's easier to consume to lose to the Thunder because how great they are. But for you to lose to the Nuggets, I mean, it lets us kind of know like you're further away than what you thought. You don't really have that much draft capital. You don't have any financial flexibility practically, and you're banking on your roster is built of players that are mad old. Like we as a Laker fan, this is kind of similar situation that we were in, where we were like, oh my gosh, like I don't know how many more years of like AD and LeBron we can really like stand on. But the part of the benefit of getting Luka is that now we have a 25, 26-year-old. Yeah,
knocked on your door one day.
Facts. So the benefit is having a 25, 26-year-old on your team now that you can kind of build around. Kawhi's 33, but the needs of a 38-year-old, and the only way he was available to finish the series is because he missed half the season. And if that's something that's going to be a reoccurring theme, that means that you're effectively going to be conceding playoff standings every single year for however long this is going to go. He's getting paid $50 million next year and $50.3 million the year after that. Then you have a 35 going on 36-year-old James Harden, a 31 going on 32-year-old Norman Powell, a 32-year-old Bojan Bogdanovic, 31 going 32-year-old Chris Dunn.
Man, he's that old?
36.
Yeah, he's been in the league a long time.
Yeah, 36-year-old Nick Batum. Like a lot of the roster is old. The youngest player that is playing a lot of minutes, so the two youngest players that's playing a lot of minutes is Big Zoo and DJJ, and both of them are 28, 29 years old. So even they're towards their this. This is the same issue that the Lakers had, where it's like, bro, if it doesn't work this year or next, we kind of ran out of ideas. You're at a dead end effectively. But the problem with the Clippers is that they're at a dead end, and I'm gonna double check this real quick.
I'm not gonna lie, this was kind of concerning because I feel like the Nuggets have the Nuggets have regressed, but I also feel like the Clippers matched up, like this specific team matched up really well with this.
That's the other thing, that this is probably this is probably
second
the best
best
time,
like outside of OKC. Like I don't really like,
because you had the playable big to play next to play against Jokic. Actually, you can very well argue this is probably the worst version of Jokic in the playoff in the series that we've seen also in like the last 3 years. It's not like you got really bad Jokic games in this series. Not saying the Jokic was terrible. You got bad Jokic games.
That's partially because of Zubac, but I mean, still.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, and you had to match up to produce those type of results. So I don't know what you do. NBA future draft picks.
And does Harden take that player option?
He definitely.
They should have never.
I didn't see it. Wait, let me search it up.
It's a
wait, this right here?
$36
$36 million play option right there.
Oh, I feel like he might be able to.
Yeah, he's taking that. What the fuck? He's taking $36 million?
They might give him an extension.
It's so hard to even like. It's hard to go. Sometimes it's hard to root against Harden because he actually did what he was supposed to do this regular season because they needed him to weather the storm.
Yeah.
Because like obviously what's his name wasn't going to play, but then it's like, bro, like you're in the situation that you need to be in, and like you just folded. I already passed the Clippers. You folded, and you do it again, and you do it over and over again. So then it's like, bro, if we have to rely on you to actually show up in enough games throughout a postseason run, like how the hell are we going to be able to do that? So here are the Clippers. This year's draft pick goes to OKC. Next year's draft pick, which is this year is a pick swap. Next year goes to either OKC or Washington, but they don't have the rights to that. The year after that goes to OKC or Denver, so they don't have that. Then 2028 goes to Philly, so they don't have that.
Bro,
then 2029 is a pick swap to Philly as well, so they don't have that either. They don't have the control of their first round pick until 2030. So like
Nah.
like that's what I'm saying. This is work because I think the Lakers. Oh wait, do they have any? And they don't have any. They have the pick swap from 2025, and they don't have anything coming in after this pick swap. That's it.
Tough.
Wasn't 27 a pick swap?
OKC has the rights to swap in 2027 first round.
Oh, they have the rights.
Or if conveyed to OKC, Denver's 2027 first round pick protected for a selection 1 through 5. So basically, if it's it depends on. Yeah, technically they'll have a first round pick in 2027 as well. It kind of just depends, and then they'll have a pick swap in 2029. But yeah, they don't have the control, but they don't have anything coming in at all. Lakers are the same way. We don't have anything else coming in. 2025 goes to Atlanta. But this is a 2020 second round pick, so we still have our second round pick. 2027 goes to Utah. 2028 is only second going out. 2029 goes to Dallas, but we got Luka out of it. And then 2030 is a second round. So we have 2 picks already that still is ours, and we have a younger player in Jokic to go along with it. This is just I don't know. I gotta Luka. I kind of just feel like this is like it doesn't get talked about enough, but like I just don't see how we all sit here and we know that this was like a horrible trade. Like now, not in real time, but looking back at it, we've all acknowledged that this trade right here is a terrible trade.
Yeah,
it's just this is a terrible trade. And
but even in like 2022, when Shea was really starting to break out, I was like, okay, this is not looking good.
I mean, I always said this trade was trash. Like I always said that.
You see that one reply right there? That's not really accurate, that trade. But Paul George and Kawhi. That one reply this week.
I guess.
Yeah. That aged horribly.
So hey, look at that dude at the bottom. Sam Presti does it again.
OKC really got over on them, bro. Like they really got over on them.
I just feel like, bro, like I don't know what else you can do. Like they're a dead ass at a dead end. Like I just don't know what else you can do. They're at a dead end. You ran out of options. You ran out of things to do. You ran out of like ways to pivot, and they've been trying to pivot their way in and out of situations every single time, and it has just resulted into players that other teams didn't want to pay or didn't want on their roster. Now you have to have them on your team, and you're now having a duo that is 35 effectively, because even though Kawhi is 33, he definitely has a lot of tendencies of a 35-year-old. Thank you.
Yeah, they got the expanded graphic.
Yeah. So he has like the needs of a 35-year-old. So like you still have effectively 2 older 30-plus-year-old players on your roster being franchise players, marquee guys, and it's just not working. And all of this started with this transaction. You gave up Paul George, and you end up giving up SGA, Danilo Gallinari, Jalen Williams, Trey Mann, Jaime Jaquez, Dylan Jones, and still have a pick swap as well as a first-round pick to go. You still have draft capital to give up. I just don't. I know there's going to be a lot, and I know there's always going to be a lot talking about the Lakers in large part because of like who the Lakers are and the franchise and a lot of noise that gets around them, the coverage, et cetera, et cetera. But for an organization that got all the praise in the world when they made that transaction, the team that actually had expectations to win a championship once they made that transaction, for this to have transpired in a way in which has not resulted in a championship, a finals appearance, and a team that has not consistently been able to go deep into the postseason or even make an appearance sometimes, or because I think there's one year where they didn't make an appearance. They can't finish postseason runs because their franchise star is not healthy and available. But effectively, you are still banking on a 33-year-old who has needs of a 38-year-old. I just don't know what else they do because nobody doesn't want that Kawhi contract. Nobody doesn't want the James Harden contract. The more valuable players you have on your roster, Big Zoo, DJJ, Nick Batum, Norman Powell, you want to keep them on the team. You're not going to get that much even if you flip Norman because it's going to be more of a one-on-one. Like, I don't know what you do. You can't even say we'll just blow it up and trade everybody and then we'll just get a bunch of draft capital in return because nobody's not giving you draft capital for Kawhi and James Harden. So you're just stuck. You're stuck being a mediocre team and you don't have draft capital until 2030. I don't know. I feel like we're really, really harsh on a lot of teams in the NBA, Lakers, Warriors, Nuggets, Sixers, like we're really harsh on them, and some of it is justifiable. It really is. But bro, at least like the Bucks, we're harsh on the Bucks, but at least they made it to the finals and won a championship. At least the Suns made it to the finals. This shit, like, they can't even make it to the finals. They can't even. They've only made one conference finals appearance, and Kawhi wasn't even healthy to get to that point. Jeez, this is tough. Mike the Champ, what you guys say, brother? What you guys say, brother? Low.
Chill's telling on the PCO.
Low, thoughts on the resurgence of zone. Hold on. Thoughts on the resurgence of zone defense. I can't remember a time in my life where it has been so prevalent and dominant at the same time. I think a lot of it just has to do with like how athletic a lot of these players are. They're able to like rotate, close out without fouling, without getting blown by. It's a lot of like defensive principles that the league has really excelled in. And I think that's where a lot of that shit stems from. Very talented league. Very, very talented league.
Hey, Lo, what you think about like the wings who can't shoot? Like wings who just can't shoot? Like
here I've gained a bit of knowledge and try to expand myself. So a few years ago when the Suns had won like 60-some games but they still lost in the conference finals the way that they did, there's no way that's real. That's Sintel. Okay. The one thing I learned in that series is like how much advantage creation matters, how much it matters like shift the defense and get people open, because the Suns really sucked at that, and that's why they end up losing. Last year, I learned like not getting in rotation is a significant benefit for you. So even if you end up compromising yourself to give up a bunch of twos, like middies and stuff like that, you rather do that than, you know, get in heavy rotation and give up open threes. And this year, it's a lot of like just learning and acknowledging how much like depth really matters and how valuable it is to have, you know, 7-8 man rotations, not just in terms of depth, but also versatility and lineups and playing styles you can run with. And I think another thing that I've acknowledged this year is like how we're getting back to double big lineups, but not in the traditional way, just in a height and size. Because what ended up happening is in the late 2000s, the center position was dog shit. It was terrible. But a lot of it, some of it had to do with like the rules changing throughout the 2000s and not making the same benefits to be a center in the NBA. And so they had to find different ways. And that's where like the more European style of play came with like Stoudemire and Dwight Howard. But then since like the 2010s onwards, like bigs have just slowly started to become more and more skilled. And so you'll have like someone like Chris Bosh, 6'11", kind of running up and down the floor fluently, passing, playmaking, shooting, doing a lot of those things. Then obviously Marc Gasol added the 3-ball to his game. Anthony Davis came into the league, really changed a lot of things. And what ended up happening is, but while that was going on, the league was becoming smaller and smaller because a lot of those traditional bigs like the Roy Hibbert and David West combo just wasn't feasible. Carlos Boozer wasn't feasible. Like all those things just weren't working anymore. So we had to find different ways. And then we end up finding out that like a lot of these players, if we end up having them shoot threes to try to space out the floor, at that point we might as well just put either like a Ryan Anderson or what's his name? Dantas Montejunas? No.
Yeah, I don't know. It's about Montejunas.
Montejunas, yeah, like those type of players, like those 6'10", 6'11", like Ryan Anderson, Rashard Lewis, those type of players. But then what ended up happening is those players were like so limited offensively. As long as you were able to close out on them, there really wasn't much that they can do. So then they said, fuck it. They basically just tall wings anyway. So now we're just going to put small forwards down there. And I think Draymond was a part of that push. LeBron was a part of that push, putting Shane Battier and then Trevor Ariza at the power forward position. But what's happening now is that while all that was happening, all the bigs were becoming very, very skilled. And so now, like, AD exists, Jokic exists, Embiid exists, Chet, Wemby, they exist. Then there was a problem with Jared Allen and Sabonis is crazy. Jared Allen and what's his name out in Cleveland? Evan
Mobley.
And so then it was like, how is that going to work? Evan Mobley was like, I'm just going to become more well-rounded offensively, and it doesn't have to be shooting threes. I can take up space in other ways. And so then those players exist, and now you can just slap another big next to them niggas. So now you got traditional lineups again in terms of like power forward and center. It's just that the power forwards and centers, they have skill set that does not eat up. It forces teams to defend them more than they did before, so you can't cheat on them as much. So now you have a duo with Chet and Isaiah Hartenstein. Isaiah Hartenstein's ability to like eat up space and still being available is not only passing. This nigga got a fucking floater like he's a wing, like he's a guard. It's fucking ridiculous. Like shit like that wasn't going
Randall
on before.
Gobert. Even last
Randall
year.
Gobert, Cat and Randall.
Last year especially. With
the
Cat.
power forward is definitely coming back. Like
so like a lot of the Evan Mobley, he doing DHOs, he's handling the ball, he's eating up a lot of space. He got a floater game as well. Obviously, we don't have to what Wemby does. We know what Jokic. We know what even Şengün to an extent as well, because Şengün is able to play with Steven Adams. Bam is another one, because I think Bam and Khalil Ware, that's going to be a problem. So like there's a lot of things that like people, Porzingis and Horford. So we're kind of getting to that point. So go back to the question about zone. Zone is even more possible now than it was in prior years in a long time, because at the back of the zone, if you run a 2-3 zone, or if you run a 2-1-2 zone, or if you run a 1-3-1 zone, you actually have size in the back that will clearly deter people from getting away from that. When they used to go small ball lineups, that shit, the Warriors used to trick a lot of people into doing that shit, because Draymond, though he was like 6'6", he was doing shit like bigs would be able to do in terms of rim protection and roaming around. You trying to go small with Draymond, you can't really do it because you're not even physical enough to do it. That's why PJ Tucker started getting fucking playing time, because it's like we got to do something to get physical with him. So like those players started to pop up, but they're not Draymond, and so you got to figure out different ways to be adaptable and play certain ways. And I think that's what the league is really talking.
We need to figure it out too.
Yeah, and
we leaned all in on that the last
small ball shit not working, bro.
And that's why I wanted a center next to AD, because there's ways in which you can still figure out how to just eat up some space, and it just maximize your ability on the offense. the defensive side, but moreover, it gives you way more versatility on what you can run in terms of your lineups. So if you are we saw with the Lakers series against the Wolves, if they want to go small ball, they can. They throw Naz Reid and Julius Randle out there, and that shit's still going to work. If they want to go a little bit bigger, they go Rudy Gobert and Julius Randle. Same thing was going on with the Thunder. If they want to go double big, Chet and Hartenstein. If they want to go one big, just Hartenstein with J-Dub. If they want to go ultra small, they'll put J-Dub at the 5 and have that nigga go guard other players' bigs. Like that's like you have to have those type of versatility lineups to kind of get away. Same thing with Jared Allen, Evan Mobley. Celtics do the same thing. Like so like you have to have that versatility. But going back to the zone thing, that's where a lot of the impacted zones come from, because it gives you Siakam and Turner. It gives you an infinite amount of zones that you can run on. You can throw different type of schemes out there and still be very impactful. So that's what I'm really learning right now, is how much depth and versatility is like starting to be more valuable, because how skilled a lot of players are at other positions besides like the point guard position.
I think it's also because like the floor is spread so much now. So like you can't just rely on playing straight up for a lot of the matchups. You can't just rely on this one dude stopping, I don't know, like De'Aaron Fox, going.
They run too many pick and rolls.
You need some sort of you pick and roll. You need some sort of defensive rotation.
Yeah. Someone asked me, well, hey, why am I not live on YouTube? I started too late, and I wanted to come on and still kind of chat it up and yap it up. And when somebody said starting, what do you mean by that? What I mean by that is, for most of like the last 20, 25 years, you could really get away with just having the best 2 to 3 players on your roster, and the rest of the starting 5, as long as they did their job, they'll be fine. They can be very clearly limited, and you will still be okay. That's not the case anymore, bro. Like you can still have, bro. There can't really, the more limitations there are on your roster, the more the opposing team would find out different ways to just beat you. Like if you have a weakness on that team, it don't matter if you have a weakness as a guard, Like from a defensive standpoint, it don't matter what position that nigga plays. They will find a way to put that nigga in action and continue to pick at him every single time. And that's why you need to have as many versatile lineups out there to put alongside him to make sure he doesn't get taken advantage of defensively over and over and over again. If you have like a 5 or a wing that can't shoot, that can't space out the floor, that's okay. But you need to find out different lineups to maximize who that player is on the floor. Like a lot of that stuff back in the day wasn't a thing. There were several players when I was growing up that were like problems. They were real problems on one side of the ball, but it didn't really matter because teams didn't exploit it. Nowadays teams exploit it way more now than they did back then. So it forces everybody to be more competent.
They're also just better at exploiting it.
Yeah, they're better at it
because
they're
like
more keen to it.
There'll be times where I'm seeing. Because we used to do this a lot when Houston would play us. They would constantly try to put Steph in pick and roll with James Harden, and Golden State would counter it by just pre-switching Steph off ball. But teams have kind of figured out how to get around that. They're like, okay, if they're pre-switching, they're probably creating an unfavorable matchup elsewhere on the floor. So we're just gonna get it to whoever is on him or whoever he switched to. And now it's a mismatch there anyway, so it doesn't even, it's not even an advantage anymore.
Yep. Yeah, the NBA is in a very, very good place, and I think that's why a lot of people say how talented and skilled it is. And it's not necessarily about the higher end level. It has a lot more to do with how talented and skilled like 4 through 8 is rather than 1 through 3.